In a world that's go, go, go all the time, one of the things that we don't have a lot of is time. And so with marketing automation, what we're trying to do is actually let you be human. You need time to think, you need time to process, you need time to meet with other people. And by enabling marketing automation and using it well, it should allow you to have more time. It should allow you to have less manual intervention and focus on other work and truly do more with less. So tip number 2 would be have a plan for how you build your custom fields and how you build your tags. One of the biggest mistakes I've seen made, and that I've made myself, admittedly, is that I didn't have a plan, and so I went crazy with my tags, I went crazy with fields, and then I had things that were replicating each other. And then I had to go back and clean it up, and I wasted a whole bunch of time. So my encouragement would be to have a methodology, basically. So have a system for how you're gonna create those things right away. Make sure that you have an understanding of what should happen for a new tag or field to be created, and you'll save yourself a lot of headache down the road as you develop your system and as it grows. A real world example was that as ActiveCampaign was growing incredibly fast around 2015, 2016, I was responsible to build out the sales teams. And as I was doing this, I kept building solutions to today's problems, and then I would have to undo those a few weeks later because I wasn't thinking about where the business was going to be 6 months from now or 12 months from now. And so because I was fighting fires all the time in today's world, I was building quick fixes that ended up actually causing me more headaches. And so had I taken the time to just stop and think about where I was trying to go, I would have built solutions that were maybe similar, but a little bit more sustainable, or at least intentionally knowing that I'm going to have to undo it down the road, but that's okay because it's the best decision for today. So sometimes people can maybe have imposter syndrome. They can look on LinkedIn or other social media platforms or watch videos on YouTube, whatever it might be, and they can see these marketers that have it all together. And I think that does not just mean that you're good at your job. Maybe it does mean that you're awesome at your job for a 1,000-person company, but you wouldn't be great at a 50-person company or a 5-person company or a 1-person company. I think that that's one of the beautiful things about marketing automation is that it allows people to be true to themselves and true to their brand. I would encourage you never to be intimidated by what you see somebody else doing or look down on yourself that you might feel is because you might not be awesome like somebody else. Because the truth is that, marketing changes all the time. It evolves all the time. And I've seen a lot of marketers where they were at the head of their game 10 years ago, but they haven't made any changes in the last 10 years. And truthfully, they're not very good today. So just remember that the space evolves, it changes, it morphs at all times. And anybody and everybody can be a marketer that is successful if they're willing to put the time and energy to learn how to do it for their audience. Marketing automation is an incredible tool if you learn how to use it. I think that a big mistake that we see all the time is that people use tools, whether it's ours or even our competitors, and they don't take the time to learn about new features, new functions. On the flip side of this, I want to share an example of a customer who embraced something new that came out. So a few years back, we came out with the ability to add and or remove customers right in and out of Facebook custom audiences. One of our e-commerce customers saw this opportunity and they immediately implemented it into their business for the first time ever. And what they would do is they had customers that would buy from them every 60 days. So at day 45, the customer went into a custom audience and it didn't try to sell them. In fact, the messaging of the ads were very simple. It was a pet brand and they were saying, your pet loves you because you're buying this for them. And they were making them feel good and building a connection with them. And then at day 60, they pulled them out and sent them the email to renew their next subscription service. And so all of a sudden they're increasing their revenue and they were seeing very positive feedback from the customers. Thank you for reminding me. But they've been laying down the foundation for that purchase for weeks in advance without being overly pushy. And as soon as that was done, the person came out of the audience, reducing their ad spend. The email went out with a cost that they already had, and their sales went up.